All right, well, thank you guys so much for taking your lunch hour to join us to hear a little bit more about how Updox helps Solution Series customers kind of build their efficient workflow out and just kind of alleviate some stress during the day. So if you don't know, what is Updox? Some of you may have actually met me. I was at the EMD's user conference and got a chance to talk to a lot of Solution Series customers there. But if you haven't heard or haven't met us before about the awesome things we do for practices, I'll give you just a little bit of background. So a little bit of history. Updox was started about 8 years ago by a physician who was just super frustrated with the communication methods left for physicians or independent practices. That was Dr. Andy Barbash. He was so frustrated that the rest of the world was kind of moving forward in technology through email and the digital age, and the healthcare industry was just kind of left behind. So cue his light bulb moment. Our primary goal this whole time has been to align our goals with those of our users, the physicians. So we help you create a customizable solution that allows you and your staff time to alleviate the stress of administrative tasks and focus on what really matters, and that is patient care. So fast forward to what we're kind of working with now. Updox defined, we are and have always been a communications platform built by physicians for physicians. With more than 40,000 providers in our network, and that says 250,000 users, we are actually up to over 300,000 users now with 111 EMR integrations, and that covers 60 million patients, or 18% of the US population if you're really good at math. Updox is your single source for patient and provider care. So before we dive into the tools we provide for Solution Series, let's talk a little bit more about the pain points that many practices use Updox to solve. As a partner, we're constantly challenging ourselves to align with your goals, obviously. The goal of technology is to streamline all the manual processes you guys have in place, but we've consistently seen a lot of the practices that we've worked with are bouncing around between multiple solutions, whether that be the fax machine or a reminder solution, and it just hinders their productivity. So that's one of the pain points we solve. The universal inbox, it actually enables you to do the work of 3 to 5 vendor partners, consolidated all into one single application integrated with your EMR. One app, one window, one pricing point for the multiple solutions that you use every day for patient engagement and revenue boosting. So why the heck does this matter to you? What do you want for your practice on a daily basis? Do you want just easier process for your staff? Would you like shorter days, a chance to maybe have lunch rather than spend it on a webinar? Do you want healthier patients? We are trying to alleviate some stresses for you just so you have a chance to build the practice that you want. So all of these things are super important when it comes to running an independent practice. The Universal Inbox is a suite of solutions built to provide you with the tools to accomplish these things. So first off, efficiency. Updox gives you the ability to build a workflow that best suits your practice with completely customizable tools. It sets you up to be successful from day one. Effectiveness. The time consumed by manual process, whether that be standing at the fax machine, running back and forth, whether that's sitting on the phone, making calls to remind patients of appointments for the upcoming week. We try to take all of the stress that goes along with those manual processes and take the time back in your day to focus on your patients. Updox at the base level is a communication platform. You can leverage Updox to build stronger referral relationships, connecting with those physicians that you're constantly having to hold on the phone for or fax and refax back and forth. We help you build business loyalty so you don't have to be concerned about patients leaving the practice. We give you the tools to engage those patients in a way that's beneficial for both of you. And there's no doubt once you put Updox into practice, there's an immediate ROI boost. So specifically, some of the pain points that we try to help solve is we eliminate your fax machine and those piles of paper crowding your office every day. We reduce the time spent going back and forth on the phone with your patients. Phone tag is no joke. We cut down on the costs associated with no-shows. So statistically speaking, that's about 7 no-shows for every 100 appointments in a week. We offer you peace of mind when it comes to concern over patient loyalty by keeping them engaged and giving them a place to access their information. Kind of take down the burden of meaningful use and other strict requirements set on you guys. We help with the growing needs of chronic care patients by engaging the whole care team in one place. We try to help you remaining independent and financially viable. And the communications we offer help you build a stronger referral network. So that's another hidden pain point we solve. We reduce the need for multiple solutions, obviously. Updox is one single user-friendly application which integrates with Solution Series. It's super easy to use. It's as easy as using an email inbox. I know my first week here, they had me jump right into it, and I said, oh, this is how it works. So Updox helps practices work smarter, not harder. The team can learn just one program with features that will dramatically simplify your day. So the overwhelming goal of Updox is to make connections, whether that be connections with your patients or connections with other providers. On the patient engagement side of things, we do that with automated appointment reminders that read your calendar, and we will dive into these specifically so you can kind of see how they'll work with Solution Series. We do patient notifications and on-demand blast messaging, relationship development, and care management. And then on the practice optimization side, the digital referral process and care coordination with the full team, patient lab and prescription coordination, inter-office communication, remote clinic access, and HIPAA-compliant communication, all of those within one location. We're able to do all of this by offering solutions such as integrated eFax, which cuts back on cost and time it takes to manage the paper, phone, text, and email reminders that help reduce no-shows, and then phone, text, and email on-demand messages to boost attendance at clinics, get no-shows back on the calendar, or even get educational material out to patients. All right, so this is the Updox Universal Inbox, the thing I've been talking about this whole time. This is just a preview of what that might look like for you. This is where all of the messages are centralized. You can find your faxes, direct secure emails, appointment cancellations, and in-office messages all in this inbox. And it's color-coded, so not hard to use at all. It's accessible anywhere with an internet connection and includes unlimited users so the whole staff can use it. All right, so we're gonna step through just a few of the features that roll up into the inbox for you. First off is patient messaging and reminders. So we have a real-time sync, and that's a huge differentiator for us because you aren't loading appointments in once a week or daily. If something changes in your schedule, Updox notices and then can either notify you or you see it in the top of your inbox. The automated appointment reminders, they are fully customizable. So the scripts, which type of method you'd like to send out, all of that is customizable based on your preferences or your patients. It's easily managed by staff members. And you have default scripts in there that you can choose from, but you can also write your own scripts. So if you have a particular message, if it's a referred patient and you want them to have a specific message, you can build that script based on what you want them to receive. Other features on our reminders include the option to send reminders even after a confirmation is received. You can disable the weekend reminders. You can allow patients to cancel from the reminder, or they can call the office to cancel. Super easy to set up, obviously. Our easy-to-use application makes it easy to get ahead of the patient experience. You can preview the text messages if that's the way you want to send them, and even call yourself to hear what your script might sound like. You can create your own scripts, as I said, and map to appointment types that sync from Solution Series. Mapping reminder scripts to appointment types means that patients will receive specific reminders depending on what kind of appointment they're scheduled for. Updox also provides the reminders dashboard. It allows users to quickly know when a reminder has either been delivered to the patient or not delivered to the patient. Green checks in the response column mean that the patient has approved the appointment, while the gray X means the patient has canceled the reminder. You can drill down each line item to show when the reminder was sent, and it's all auditable. So what's the ROI impact here? In addition to the time being saved by staff on the phone, more time to care for patients and better care for patients as they're actually showing up for their appointments. there's a huge boost in revenue. You just set them up and let them go. Now on to our patient relationship management. We offer Updox blast messaging. This is on-demand messaging that you customize just like our reminder solution. One of the most common use cases for this solution, which we'll head into next, is to get no-shows back on the schedule. We know that you like to have a little bit of time opened up in your day, but also if you're trying to get everybody through the week, it's also a good tool to just email or send out a text message to let everyone know who no-showed last week that you have an open slot available if they'd like to come in this week. It's super easy to add patients who no-showed or cancellation appointments to the list. You create those lists all on your own. And with Updox blast messaging, practices can save time and money over individual calling, emailing, or texting. So from within the same window that you're leveraging the reminder solution, you can also easily compose and send on-demand messages using Blast. Blast allows users to create their own templates and curate the content from the practice's messages. Templates can be saved and reused or created on the fly as the broadcast is being crafted. Common variables allow the practice to personalize the messages sent out to patients and contacts that include first name, appointment date and time, provider of the service, as well as the practice name and the phone number. Updox provides pre-configured templates for practices to use. For example, we've got today's birthdays if you wanted to wish everyone a birthday, next week's appointments, last month's appointments, all your female patients, all your male patients, all patients, or even all the contacts in your address book. So you could use this as a way to let staff know you won't be in the office, or if you have an immediate closure due to inclement weather, you can send things out this way as well. So provider communication, automatically managed referral relationships from blast messaging. As I said, you can contact anybody in your address book within Updox. So any contact, email, or number that you may have in your system now, you can plug into Updox and then use this messaging system to contact them. You can use the blast reporting to ensure your custom messages got to the intended targets. If not, you can view and engage the patients who either didn't get the message or may not have opened it on time. You can let them know that the office is closed tomorrow, have them having staff not having to call patients back to back is really going to free up some time in your day. On to the most important thing, the ROI impact. Blast messaging sends patient messages the same 3 ways as the reminders do, so it's easy to train staff on both at the same time because they're built just the same way. But it does it for any other reason except the actual appointment reminder. On-demand messaging sounds nice and saves you time off the phone, but it's got a real revenue impact as well. The last feature we're going to go over is kind of our bread and butter, how Updox started. We started as an electronic fax and document management platform, just a way to kind of stop you from standing at the fax machine and get everybody on a paperless practice trail. So this is fully integrated with your solution series. So first off, it's web-based and fully accessible anywhere that has internet, even from your phone if you'd like. You're able to review, file, or sign off on documents on the go, and it's huge for practices. The second big thing about this is the simplicity of the workflow, or how few clicks it takes to manage the documents. From our integrated fax feature, you simply log into Updox, you review the fax, you can break it apart page by page if necessary. You don't have to send everything into the chart, or edit and sign as needed. And then you send. You can send it directly to the patient's chart, out as a fax, or both. From our sending screen, you can actually choose to send them all out all the different ways at the exact same time. So this is what it would look like if you opened all of your faxes up in your inbox. You can see that each page is clickable. You can choose to omit cover pages. You don't have to send everything into the chart every single time. And just to go back, you can actually hover over these pages as well with our magnifying glass. It's just really unique document features. So when documents arrive in the Updox inbox, with just a few clicks, you can direct the document to the patient's chart or fax it back out. You can even break the pages apart page by page and omit cover sheets like I said. Additionally, once you get to the sending screen, you can easily reorder the pages too. Before you get to faxing out or filing to the chart, sometimes annotation is required, and for that, we have a full editor complete with a one-click signature, a time and date stamp, a highlighter, a redactor. We also include checkboxes in the event that you wanted to use Updox to fill out forms electronically. Some practices will keep a blank form saved to their desktop, and as a workflow, drag and drop it directly into Updox, fill it out with the editor, and then send it out as a fax. When documents arrive in the Updox inbox, or when you're sending out, I should say, it allows you to import the faxes and documents into specific sections of the chart. When importing an item, users select a section, time and date stamp. You can also choose ordering the provider, tag the provider in there if you need to, and copy one or more additional providers before sending if it needs reviewed. This is designed to mimic your solution series in order to keep it as user-friendly as possible for everyone, with as well as adding new exciting functionality. Updox offers a customizable fax cover sheet that you guys can actually tailor to represent what you'd like for your practice. You could add a subject line, a title line to that cover sheet on a one-off basis, as well as the ability to include a longer message. We're also able to offer multiple cover sheets for different locations in any instance that you would need them. From within the sending screen, in the interest of time savings as well, as always, you're able to create templates for commonly used messages on the cover sheet. So what happens when a fax fails? With your fax machine, you would be standing there just trying to send and resend, hovering over it until you know it's actually gone through. Busy signals happen, and on the receiving end, specifically with Updox, that paper fax may not get to them as quickly as you would want, or their line might be tied up. These things always happen. So if you're having trouble, it's usually on the receiver's end with their fax line or if they're offline. So these common problems our customers have run into over and over again. So we've built the functionality to simplify the process when it happens, and we proactively notify you at the same time. This is another of the most loved features of Updox, the audit trails. Updox tries several times to send the fax, just in case the fax machine is busy or you have the wrong number. If it does fail, proactive notification is at the top of your inbox. We also have a running list of outbound faxes and chart imports in the sent folder just below the inbox. You'll find both failed and successful faxes in this folder. So if someone contacts you and asks you to resend 3 days later, you're not clicking through trying to find something or redoing the work completely. You can just compile the fax quickly like you did before. So the ROI on it, the most important part. For every 5,000 pages, practices normally spend, and we've done this math just based on countless numbers given to us by our customer base already. So you'll spend $150, that's $72 in toner for your fax machine, $50 for a case of paper, $20 to $40 for a fax line, and that's 55 hours. If it takes about 2 minutes per fax, assuming just 2 minutes per paper fax, considerations include walking to and from the fax machine, manually faxing it out, printing and filing transmission reports, scanning into the chart, locating or duplicating the work to find fax or refax at a later date. So just a ton of time saved if you are using a manual fax machine, and that revenue as well. So just a quick walkthrough of the benefits Updox can offer in regards to the various headaches or redundant work you guys are facing daily, and a couple quick points on the potential revenue impact for you. Our features are now available in 2 solution suites, Updox Connect and Updox Engage. Both solutions provide the benefit of practice optimization and the ability to engage your patients and sustain your practice. Updox Engage really drives up the patient engagement piece and helps maximize the financial return on Updox. So we've touched on the ROI points for each individual solution along the way, but what's really powerful is what happens when you move to Updox Engage and use them all together. Our most successful customers have leveraged Updox Engage to drive as much as $28,500 back into the annual budget. In addition to improving the practice quality of life, not having to wrestle with the manual, repetitive process slowing you down today. So, how can you get started with Updox? We do have a 15-day free trial. That's 15 full days for you to kind of test it out, like a sandbox, we call it. Test it out, see what might be beneficial for your practice, what works, what doesn't work, build those workflows customizable to your office space, and kind of go from there. There's no hardware. It's a web-based application, no contract. We are a month-to-month service, so there's no need to sign your life away, as some would say. There's free training. As soon as you get registered, someone from our support staff will be right with you, and then free support as well. You can always contact us. That's our sales line, or email us at sales@updox.com. We are offering a limited time offer right now. If you get registered before November 30th, you will receive 10% off for 12 months using the promo code STUFFING. So that is a full year of savings that you have access to just for a